William Hall, ASUN Gameday podcast here with Stetson women's basketball head coach Lynn Breer. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great, William. How about yourself?
I'm doing good here at the ASUN basketball tip-off.
I'm so happy to be here. This is terrific.
Yeah,
you know,
we
this
to put on a good event.
Y'all have done an amazing job. I just love it. I've been in this
Appreciate
league a long time. It's the first time we've really done it like this, and this is phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you. So, first,
and I get to talk to you.
You just made my
right
day,
there.
so I'm good now.
It's all worth the trip. This is all worth the trip.
Thank you. So just starting out, purple shoes, purple laces.
Purple shoes, yep.
Talk to me about that.
I got quite a few pair of purple shoes. So last year, William, I'm glad you asked me about this. I started wearing purple. My mother had dealt with Alzheimer's for about 13 years. She did pass on this past May. But last year I started just to wear purple shoes every game. It's definitely not our colors at Stetson.
Right.
But I just feel like I just want to have awareness and create awareness for Alzheimer's. It affects so many millions of people, and even the caretakers. So this year, our first game is our Alzheimer's game, and we also do the We Back Pat. The SC does. They do that, I think, in February. We also participate in that because I just feel like that. The purple shoes, at least people go, well, I don't wonder why she's wearing purple. So I guess I'm the coach with the purple shoes. I'm going to do it again this year, just wear them for every game.
Okay.
I've also had, some coaches that we play, they bust out in some purple shoes.
Okay.
And I really appreciate that. Carl Semesco being one of them. Carl and I have, when we get on the court, we fight the fight and we go at each other. But he came out in some purple shoes, just really meant a lot to me, and just had a lot of people support it, which is really, really, I think, something that's a good cause.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes.
So just shifting a little bit back to the basketball.
Yeah.
I know you've got a unique perspective, being your history in the conference. Talk to me about where you see ASUN women's basketball today, as far as where we are as a conference in that sport.
That's a great question. It's really evolved. I mean, it's so different than it was, 15 years ago when I first got in the league. I think it's really it's gotten a lot better. I mean, some of the teams we lost, I wish we hadn't lost them. I mean, I'm not going to lie, but I think the teams we've added have been so terrific. I think the game has gotten better overall too, but we've added some new coaches, and I think those coaches have done a really, really great job of just really developing their programs. There's not one game I ever go into and go, man, this is this is an easy one. You don't have any of those anymore, and there's definitely not any of those in our league. And I think it's a league that's very, very competitive. I think there's more parity than ever. I think the guard play is phenomenal. As far as I think shooting a three, there's going to be a lot of teams that put up a lot of threes. I mean, that's really one of the major changes I've seen. Is so many of these teams now, it used to be just Florida Gulf Coast. Now, just about everybody's putting up a lot of threes. And I think you look at some other teams as far as inside play. You look at a team like Kennesaw, I think Blue's done a really good job of her inside play, and she's got obviously good guards. But we didn't have a lot of post kids. You look at Bellarmine, and the post, and I think that's really good, and I think it's forced us to kind of all go. Maybe we needed to get a post to counter that. It can't just be five guards.
Right.
So I think the style of play is really changed. I think the quality of I think we've always had good guards, but I think the post play has really gotten a lot better.
Okay. Zoning in on Stetson this year. What are you looking at? What should we expect from your team this year? With the change of the game. And what would we be looking at? And then also, along with that, who is a player that we probably should also be watching and keep an eye on?
I think for us it's I think we'll be different than last year. Last year, we really we struggled. I mean, we just could not find any type of rhythm. We just really struggled. 2 years ago, we come off 20 wins, but we lost a ton of leadership and a ton of players. So, we really had a hard time replacing those kids we lost from 2 years ago. 2 of them were graduate transfers, and I think that's where the world is with this portal and this, So this year we've added, again, 6 or 7 new players, and I don't see that changing with most of us. It's going to happen, but I do think what we've added this year is our players that fit more who we are on and off the court. We have finally added a point guard. But I think the players you got to really look for are the ones that have been in our program for a little while. I'm just a huge believer still in, having kids be in your program for, 4 years or at least 3 years. And, when you talk about Jemiah Turner, who's been in our program 5 years, we do call her the old lady, but, she knows who we are and has been there 5 years, and she knows what we're about. She can be a glue to hold the kids together. And I think when you talk about Kamaya McNeil, we had to play her at the point last year. Now we don't. We can slide her to the wing if we want to. But Kamaya's had probably the best preseason that she's ever had as far as our off-season workouts. And I think she's going to be just phenomenal. And then I think you got to talk about Kaya Turner, who's been in our program for, 4 years now. So I think when you – even though all the new ones are going to help us, it still comes down to the jail and those kids, being the glue to hold us together.
Yep. McNeil coming in with our preseason ASUN.
Yes.
Made that team there.
Yeah,
so, to your point.
Yeah, and I think that was well deserved.
Yeah.
She worked hard and she's worked extremely hard to really add to that for this year.
Who is a individual that you feel potentially could be, I don't want to say, like a sleeper, so to speak, someone that we may not be thinking about, but you've seen her, she's giving you a lot of effort, and you think, probably be able to turn some heads once the season gets going.
Yeah, I think that player would be probably one of the freshmen we brought in. She's 6'3". Her name's Sophia Fontaine, and she is just really a special kid. She's long and lanky and very good athlete. She's 6'3", and she can really she just comes out of nowhere and blocks shots, even in practice. She just block it like she swats it, like she puts some elbow, like spikes it, like a volleyball player. So, I've talked to her about trying to keep it in bounds so we can get it, but I think she would probably be the player that when people see us are going to go, oh, wow, because, we didn't have that last year. And surprisingly, as a freshman, she's just done really, really well with her, and she's a good athlete. She moves well. Her mobility's good. She's, she can. She just gets great movement. So I think she'll be the player that people will go be the biggest surprise when they see us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last question, probably the toughest question.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a song that kind of gets them where they need to be mentally. What would be yours? What's your
my song.
In the zone? What gets you there?
When it gets me in a zone, oh my gosh, this is a tough one. I really, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of a little old school on that, William.
Nothing wrong with that.
I like a little old R&B.
Okay.
I'm really. I really do. I'm like a Four Tops. I just got finished seeing Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Gotcha.
I would say, I just got to see finish Earth, Wind, and Fire and Lionel Richie in concert. And obviously, they were awesome, both of them. You wouldn't think. Lionel Richie, he moving. But Earth, Wind, and Fire, no matter what comes out of their mouth, I love it. So I'm going to go with September.
Oh, okay.
That's my song.
That's your song.
That's my song. Yeah. And,
got you.
Yeah, and players want to see me dance, so they start playing that song. It's a sight to see, though. I'm not going, but I got a little bit of, because I'm Italian, got a little bit of that. But so. But September, no doubt about it. I went ballistic when I saw them and they sang that song when Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah, I just do every time. It's my favorite song.
September.
Yes.
All right. All right. Well, thank you for your time, Coach, and good luck this season.
All right. Thanks, William. I appreciate you.